want to. You don't gotta do it if you don't want to. You don't gotta do it if you don't want to. It's just a suggestion. Come on.
Okay, bro.
That's crazy.
And now, let us hand the baton back to you so that you can select the next article.
Oh, wow. So, I can't play the Drake song, but I can read some of the lyrics.
Jesus H. Christ. Is that better or worse?
I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year. Look at right here.
Can you sing it for me?
No, I'm not going to. But you read those first two.
Who the fuck are y'all? Is that what he says in
the song? Yes. What? Oh, that's good. Or that song by.
So your topic doesn't have a point.
No, hold on. No, I'm gonna come back to it. It was Big Sean. Big Sean with Ashley.
That's a person? Those are people?
Yes. Ashley lyrics. Here we go. And I identify with this song, actually.
Never on time. I'm always going to be late. Is that a song?
Yeah, here we go. There we are.
Yeah, I got a brand new Benz. Crazy, right? Brand new Benz. Got less miles on it than I do friends. Okay. How long does that last?
I don't know. You'd probably have to make some more friends. All right. So work. Something turn on in my house? Hold on.
No, it's one of our devices.
Oh, it's my fan going wild.
Because it's hot. It's gonna be fine, bro.
All right. It's not gonna break.
No, it's not gonna break, and I think the high band canceling is gonna do. Mics are gonna pick it up.
Okay, so I don't necessarily have an article per se as much as I do a topic. So what I'm going through right now maybe is somewhat similar to what you're going through right now. I had to look up and revisit this term that people. I don't know what its origin was.
Skibbity toilet.
Quiet quitting.
Oh yeah, quiet quitting. Yeah. I just talked about that last episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quiet quitting, because I think I have some people who are probably doing it.
Yeah.
And it is infuriating, and it makes it difficult to lead a team of people who are also noticing that these people are giving less than they're capable of.
So do you want the textbook definition?
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's do it.
Define quitting.
So I have one person who. You got it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Quiet quitting is when someone does exactly what their job requires. No more, no less. They're still showing up, still doing their duties, but they're not going above and beyond, not staying late, and not answering emails at midnight. This is what ChatGPT says is the I don't know textbook definition. I don't
think I agree with that definition.
The way I understand quiet quitting is doing the bare minimum to not get fired for as long as possible.
Yes. That's where I'm at. This is saying do your job and don't do extra. Well, that's fine. That's what you were hired to do.
And I will read this verbatim. It continues to ChatGPT continues to say, if you want to mess with psych a bit, try something like. So, psych. Quiet quitting is basically when someone stops pretending their job is a cult. You ever had an employee who was doing the bare minimum and you couldn't fire them? That's quiet quitting in action. Kind of like how you host this podcast. It's ChatGPT, bro.
That hurts. Has ChatGPT seen our podcast?
You're the only one. Wow, dude, that's savage.
But you could put in videos and documents, like you can use AI to review videos and documents, and it will take a look at. Oh, I got brought. Okay, Chatty, I'm going to get to you later. This is not what I'm talking about.
Yes. Oh, if he tries to clap back, just double down with, look, man, I'm not saying you quiet quit the podcast, but if we check the group chat receipts, it ain't looking good. What?
Wow.
So, yes, quiet. Dude, this is gold.
This is really good.
Yeah. So, quiet quit. No,
I think I agree with you. I think it's just doing enough where you fly under the radar and you're not let go.
yeah.
You do just enough not to get terminated. So, I've got a couple people. I've got one person who is, I don't think they're ever going to see this. They are at the retirement age. And they disagree with many things that have currently been happening. And I think they are pretty much just phoning it in.
Yeah.
And I had them working with a student, and they didn't want to work with the student. And so what happened was they claimed they were injured by said student. And
That's not quite quitting. That's fraud. Unless it's true. In that case, I'm sorry.
was there physical contact initiated by the student towards the staff member? Yes.
But
I believe there was. I didn't see it, but I am told that
is that
it
an
happened.
expectation of the job, though?
No, you're not. You're not supposed to get injured.
No, but I mean contact. I mean, are your students going to come into contact with you?
Yeah. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. And when the contact was made, I think, like I said, I didn't witness this personally. I think this person would not have thrown out the possibility that this door has opened and a claim is possible, and no one's going to argue this point. So the person has been now removed from my classroom, is no longer cleared to work with any students, has been reassigned, and is gone for the rest of the year. And now I'm pretty much short a person. I have another person who collapsed on Monday. And I was about to either send them on a trip and or supervise students in the classroom. And I was like, oh. And this is the second time it's happened. Their blood pressure dropped. They almost lost consciousness. They were slurring their words like they were having a stroke. Oh. We got the nurse in there taking the blood pressure. Blood pressure is almost non-existent. Now where are we? And they can't perform. Two different people, two different situations. Both of them, I think, are doing about the same thing. They're just using different. This person, I was harmed, I was hurt, I was attacked, I was accosted, and give me less. This class too challenging, students too challenging. This is too much. I don't want any part of that. I want out. This person is using, potentially, allegedly, their disabilities, inabilities, lack of control over their health to lead them to doing, again, less than their peers.
I don't know that I would call either of your situations quiet quitting. Okay. I think person A is out to coast, but is looking for a free ride towards retirement, but not necessarily not wanting to, not trying to fly under the radar, because you don't fly under the radar by saying, "Hey, notice me. This person attacked me, and now I'm going to make a stick of it." That's not quiet at all. The other person may actually have emotional issues tied to their condition, which may lead them to believe that they can't perform at a level that is above and beyond. I think that quiet quitting, the way that it is described or has been described to me in both articles and by other folk, is nefarious. It's specifically, I'm perfectly fine, I just don't want to do this. So especially working from home. I think a lot of quiet quitters are working from home, and they're
Just
like,
jiggle their mouse,
yes,
few keystrokes,
yes, and
get in front of the camera.
and if I send a couple of emails today, one at the start of my day, one at the end of my day,
Start a meeting, turn off your camera.
yeah, these few things that I've got to do this report over here. It's got to be done by the end of the week. I'll just have Grok help me with that on Thursday. No big deal. That's quiet quitting.
Automated an email to send later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, and you've seen, I specifically call out people who work from home, 100% because I'm jealous. But those fuckers, I've also read articles.
We just worked out with one of them this morning.
Yes, that fucking guy. Couldn't even be bothered to come watch our podcast. Hey, Josh, if you watch this, you could have been here, but you decided to go home and eat beef.
It's what's for dinner.
Yeah. So, but yes, I've read articles where companies are, because you're using a company laptop, and they put proprietary software on it. My laptop and my cell phone for work and stuff has all kinds of stuff on it. It's because it's government. It needs to be secure. It has all kinds of things on it. But these companies are putting stuff on the back end of your laptop, and they can actually watch your mouse movements and your keystrokes. And they're finding they call them mouse jigglers.
Yeah.
They're finding those people and being like, hey, you charged us for 40 hours worth of work, and all you did was jiggle your mouse every 4 minutes and 56 seconds. So your computer wouldn't go to sleep for 3 solid days. You're fired.
So here's the thing. I disagree with this to a certain extent. I think an employee should bring value to a company. The time that you hire them to be there and the rate that you pay them per hour they are there is in recouping that value.
Yes, in hopes.
Yeah.
Yes. The hope is there that you make the money.
However, I don't think that you can be upset with an employee. Say, okay, so let's say you have an employee, just to make it easy.
I can't wait to hear how this pans out. You can't be upset with an employee who just jiggles the mouse for 3 days. That's where we started this.
No, I don't think you can be upset with an employee that you've hired for $100,000 a year, who's let's say you, in your mind, you're going to use them to gain $300,000 in value. Okay? And let's say for that $100,000 a year that they are being paid, for 4 hours a day for that entire year, they still give you that $300,000 in value, but you're upset because they did it in half the time.
So I don't think that that's the problem. Yes. So if that person can perform at a higher level to produce in a shorter amount of time than your hourly rate, the monetary gain that you're expecting from them, that's one thing. But quiet quitting would be more akin to, I'm paying you $100,000 a year, and I'm getting $100,000 in return if I'm expecting a profit on your productivity. That's quiet quitting, the bare ass minimum.
Think of luxury hotels.
I don't think of luxury hotels right now. I don't want to.
Why not?
Sorry about that. Well, Reno was great this year.
Dude, Reno was so much fun, bro. I had an amazing time. You, of course, had an amazing time because you came back with, sitting in your car like this because your wallet was so fat. Actually, I won money too, but not like you, but we did. It was seriously. I mean, this was the 23rd trip, and I don't know that have had this much fun and been so successful ever. And we got the in-room spa suite in the corner.
Yes. So I was kind of surprised. I thought I told you they were gonna comp the room.
Yeah.
And they did. And then I opted for the upgrade, and I thought that was comped too. It was not.
No.
But I didn't have to pay the resort fee. So it just came out
So I paid for both. It was $35 a day for the resort fee.
Okay.
They called it something different, like city taxes or some shit.
Okay.
But I paid for the resort fee and I paid the $51 for the upgrade.
Oh, they didn't charge me the resort fee.
Get after it, bro. Nice.
They just, yeah.
They want you back. They saw how much money you won and were like, let's get this guy come back.
But I thought it was all going to be comp. So I was kind of perturbed when I was like, dude, I won so much.
Oh, gosh. I'm so perturbed right now.
So, I won. I hit it big. It was our last night.
When I had gone to bed.
It was our last night because I hung out with Taco and Zach and Ryan, and we went to go play. Well, they were doing their thing, playing something ridiculous like three card poker.
Me and Taco were playing 3-card every other table game
exactly.
all day Friday. It's 3-card, such a nasty game. I won money on 3-card.
And something Ultimate Hold'em or whatever Zach was on.
Ultimate Hold'em, same thing. It's like 3-card on steroids.
So I went to my blackjack machine, $3 minimum, video blackjack, and I would put in 100.
Run the martingale.
And I did, and I racked it up to 3, and I was like, I need a break. I went to go see what those guys are doing, and then I went back and put in 100, racked it up to 3, pulled it out.
Were you following the system?
I was.
There you go.
I was.
So you finally learned after all the years.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
In fact, I thought the machine was broken.
Because it kept giving you money. No way.
And Ryan came over, and I told him as much. I was like, I think this machine is broken. And he walked away, and all of my money got zapped to like $14 or something like that.
Because you stopped using the system.
No. Yes and no. Yes
and no.
So I put another $200 in, won it all back, and another 100 or something like that.
Good.
Crazy.
Good.
So after dinner, I was up about 5, and then we went to go to the Silver Legacy to go play craps at their they
had the hybrid table.
Yes, this is the same one they were raving about at the GSR.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, it's here. I was like, okay. Now that weekend, one of my coworkers was also in the Silver Legacy.
Yes.
So I'm just kind of keeping an eye out, like, all right, okay. And so there was 4 seats at the end, and there was a woman playing like in the middle. So 3 guys sat down, and I was standing up. I was like, I don't even know how to play this game. Let's let them go.
Craps is complicated.
And I think she got the idea, like, hey, we're all together, and but I think she was about done. So she got up. Yeah. So I sat down, and we start going. And I'm sitting next to Ryan, who's like Zach, and a former dealer. Yeah. And Ryan was a pit boss as well. So
you're just playing past line 6 and 8 and going after it, or what?
I went a little harder than that.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
And so, I was going. It was very easy to bet $100 a roll.
Oh yeah, that's because a lot of that money stays there until things happen.
I didn't know this.
Oh yeah.
So I just kept adding to it.
You kept adding to it.
So I'm approaching $200.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And we, not just us 4, but the whole crowd, just could not lose. Yes. I was having fun. I was a shooter. I'm rolling the dice out there. We're just going. It was epic. We're all winning. I'm up for another $400 or $500, and then pit box comes around. We're gonna be closing in 15 minutes, guys.
Yeah, shut your shit down.
we're changing the shift. Swing shifts, it's got to go home.
That machine was broken.
We did, that one was broken. Yeah. They were getting taken. Hand over fist.
Good, fuck them.
So then we went back, and we played some. No, I think we had some tequila at the bar.
Yeah.
And I got a bucket of beers and some tequila shots for the guys.
Taco's comment was ending the night 2 nights in a row, early morning with tequila.
Yeah.
That was
it was good. Yeah, we had a good conversation. But then also at the blackjack table, I remember putting down 3 to play, and maybe this guy just was like, these guys are cool. Let's just let them win. I walked away with $1,000
Oh shit! Nice.
at that table. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Screw you. Oh, that's good. That's good.
It was good. And that, not even counting, I remember the night before, I just kept coming up with like...
We were playing the blackjack, and we were doing well. I was. Taco, he had some ups and downs, but we're at the blackjack table, and I was doing really well. Yeah, I was up 3 or 4 pretty quick. And you kept coming with the digital strip, and each time it was a bigger amount. That was
Yeah, it climbed. At one point I lost one of those printouts in a stack of bills, and I was like, oh, I had more than I than I thought I did. But yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, dinners. Oh, thank you again for your generosity. That first night at dinner was...
Priya took it rather well, I think.
Good.
But after the second night, I think she was already plotting the revenge.
She was a little huffy and puffy.
No, she was very cordial, and I think we could have done a better job of selling the duration of her graciousness as a host in that regard, and that we were doing it by and large specifically because we wanted to, pay back that generosity.
Yeah,
but we were drunk. What are you gonna do?
It's fine. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys went out and had a great time after the second dinner, knowing that I had to go from Reno to Stockton to Sacramento to Denver, and that was a trip in itself. I didn't actually sit down on the hotel bed until almost 1 a.m. And it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like Vegas bad, but it was a long day. And so, yeah, we let you guys go off and have fun, and we snuck over to Circus and played carnival games for an hour and then went to bed.
Yeah, you were there, and I remember following, and was nothing took to you. It's fine. I think you guys really wanted that time, and I was just kind of here. It's like, okay, what was over there? I was more interested if there was going to be any performers or stage.
There was one. It was kind of cool. We watched the performance, because they have one.
Oh, they did have one.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool. It was a gal dressed up as a marionette.
Oh,
and it had a bunch of like ribbons that came down from the ceiling, and she kind of did this whole thing, and they got sucked into the air. It was pretty cool. Yeah,
all right,
it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, and we knew, and we were talking about the ponies because we went during the Derby, Kentucky Derby, and Taco had sent the picture of the horse racing, which apparently he'd never seen before. And so I was like, yeah, they got the horses and the camels at Circus. So we were walking by, and there was this group. It was like a family, and maybe like a son and a girlfriend, and some smaller kids, and mom and dad, and they were all at the thing getting ready to play. And it was right after dinner. I was a little toasted. And I was like, hey, let me take this. I told the wife, I was like, hey, let's play this right now.
Okay.
And I just totally whooped everybody by lengths. And the attendant has to grab the plush toy.
Were they quiet quitting?
Yeah. Paraded past this whole family, and they just sheepishly handed it to me, and I was like, hell yeah, babe, look what I won you. We got up and left. So bad, dude.
You're hurting feelings.
It was so bad. And then as we were walking in, I'm like, oh, I totally burned that whole family just now.
I won money on the ponies too. I bet I put in 100. I bet just a little over 50 on race 6 through 14. Lost on every single one. And then that one year at your house, I hit the trifecta.
Yeah.
On the final race of the day and won it all back and more.
That first day at my house, we both hit the trifecta.
That was something magical.
Yeah. So good.
It's like we both did it.
Yeah.
Same time. No, it's good, but I don't know how we meandered ourselves all the way over there. But work right now, it's I think this. I mean, it's May.
Yeah.
Everyone's
thinking about vacations.
They've had it.
Because you're in school, done. You're getting ready to get out.
Yes. So one of the first staff I mentioned that had allegedly claimed to have been injured and has been reassigned. She approached me and was like, "Hey, I'm not going to be here for 2026." And I'm thinking, well, that's we're 2025. You're coming back, and coming back around. She's like, yes, they require you have 3 months. You give them 3 months notice to retire. I was like, huh.
Okay, well, congratulations. I mean,
But
congratulations.
there's more than 3 months between now and 2026.
Okay.
So yeah, I did. I was like, I think you can retire anytime you want to. And she's like, yeah, but they don't give you the $1,500 to give them notice to retire. I was like, oh, okay.
Wait a minute. You get a bonus for giving them advance notice for being too old to work? Wow.
So that's what she's waiting on. She wants to get to that point where she can give them.
She can get the bonus for
She
return.
can get the bonus.
I would. I feel bad.
I would too. But
I'd quite quit my ass off at that point.
But I called her out on what she was presenting. She said she wants to retire, but she can't because she can't do it for 3 months. And I was like, and I knew about this bonus.
Yeah.
So I was like, we can go down there right now.
That's so silly. That's too seriously. I mean, I'm down for it because so logically I get it because especially when you're a government employee, all the paperwork and stuff to finalize your work tenure, it can be significant. Like if I left the lab, they want a minimum of a month just to leave for any reason. They want 30 days. It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff going on. So incentivizing people, it just goes back to people who are so selfish.
If I decide I'm not going to be back next year, and I tell them I complete my school year, but I let them know in December I'm not coming back the next school year.
They take off for 3 months?
They give me $2,500 or something like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, let me know how that goes in 20 years, but still. So my guys, none of them are quiet quitting.
So they're average.
They're average, which we all know the don't be average rule. No, I take that back. Honestly, so
I know your slogan. I get it. Don't be average, right?
Don't be average, yes. But they're not going below the bar. So they're.
But if you're not average, you could be below average.
Yeah, you could. That's why it's funny. Thank you for getting the joke. No. So for what they do, the guys are great. But since I lost my only other technologically minded employee or staff member or coworker, we're coworkers. Mm-hmm. When I tried to leverage the expectation that we would all kind of share that, which gives them an opportunity to grow and get more and be better. And actually, the carrot is the only opportunity for promotion within the group. Everyone, they're all by and large, all just like, no, I'm just going to kind of sit here and do the great job that I do right now. I don't need more.
Okay.
They could totally take on more. They totally could, because what is being asked of them is not crazy.
And they would gain. They
would gain. And I try to present that to them, but they're not quiet quitting, but they're not showing the interest in receiving more. Maybe we're paying them too much or something like that. But
so this is common for government work, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that. From what I see from
this is commonplace. If you have government work and a union,
the only people at the lab who are like that are the electricians, maybe the carpenters. I think just electricians. But yes, we're not union. But
you're not?
No.
You're. Oh, okay. That's news to me.
Yeah,
I thought you were. I just assumed you were.
No, in fact, my guys spent a couple of years pursuing David Bacon for the kind of work we did. David Bacon is like the federal contractor version of union work.
Sounds delicious.
Prevailing wage. It's a 60s law. The guy who did it was David Bacon. But no, they don't see the incentive because we're giving them enough, honestly. So they're more apt to sit there and watch me struggle, like hard struggle, because what I do right, my job, I'm not even sure if I want to be there right now. My struggle is real. But whether they see it and don't care, I don't think that's it for most of them. Or they see it and they don't think that they can help because they don't have the capacity or the aptitude for it. But for whatever, but I'm not getting those answers from them. So it just seems like they're just sitting on their thumbs. Mm-hmm. I think that you really have to evaluate a person's performance before you can identify them as somebody who is giving up or doesn't care or is maliciously quiet quitting. Because I wouldn't accuse any of my guys of doing that.
Yeah.
But they're still not meeting the performance standards that I would like to see.
Yeah. So next year, I've been told I am receiving 4 more students, which will max me out.
So you're topping out.
On paper, which will, this year was the largest class I've ever had. Ever, since as long as I've done this. The largest class. And those 4 students are coming in with 1-to-1 aids each,
Okay.
which will give me 11 staff members next year.
So let me ask, I have a couple of questions. The first question is, do you think that all these students will actually show up with 1-to-1 aids?
I'm told that they
You
have
told
to.
that. Do you think that will occur?
I haven't confirmed that yet. That was on my list, but yes, I have been led to
God,
believe.
we're running you for fucking office. Do you personally believe, based on your experience, that all these kids are going to show up with their aids? Or are you going to get
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I do. That's what I've been told. It's what I've been led to believe. It doesn't strike me that these particular families are to be trifled with. And
Good shit. So my second question is, does that mean that you feel that you should be...
oh, you're reading this from Chatty.
No, no, but I am looking at my computer for very specific reasons. Do you believe that you should be compensated at a higher rate for this increase? Because my assumption is, if your 4 students require 1-to-1 aids, they're outlier cases. They're excessive. Their needs are their needs are more.
And I already have 4 students that have 1-to-1s, and one of my students that has one of those 4 has a 1-to-1 and a nurse that just keeps them alive. So now so I have 2 classroom paraprofessionals. My class is assigned 2, just in case there's no 1-to-1s assigned to my class or any of the students. I will at least have 2 people that can support the classroom and the students. So I have 2, then I have 4 1-to-1s currently, so that's 6, and then I have the nurse, that's 7, and next
4 more.
Next year I will retain all of them. I don't know if there's a nurse coming with any of those 4, so I'll have to ask that and get 4 additional ones. And I will be scheduling the year, breaks, lunches, rotations. So I'm trying to find out.
Sounds like an administrative nightmare. What are your expectations that these 4 new staff members
So
are going to be?
that brings me right back around to quiet quitting. I need to shore up our inefficiencies now before introducing 4 new people into this mix. I don't want the negativity from this group to taint this group.
So, from my experience, that's almost impossible to do from a management perspective. You cannot. The people who have been there, once they get these people, even before they even know them, even before they even suss them out, they don't care that these these 4 new 1-to-1 professionals are hard noses, if they're quiet quitters, if they're sweethearting or whatever. All they know is that they have to make sure that person or those people understand how things really work, before you get them into a place where they need to understand the job properly. It's always going to happen. You can't avoid it.
Oh, but I have plans to.
So you can circumvent it, you can combat it, but you can't avoid them attempting to do it.
Correct. I want to find a time and a place to meet with these incoming people in advance.
Yes.
And
so do your existing employees.
Set them straight.
And your existing employees want to do the same thing.
Yes, and actually they know who they are before I do.
Yeah, even better. You're F in the A.
That's a T-shirt.
Yeah. Yes.
Stickers everywhere.
So next season on the Conversation Podcast, be prepared to hear about Sykes' trials and tribulations as he tries to navigate almost a dozen people in a very stressful work environment.
So I did ask the union, hey, is there a limit?
How many people you can staff without being paid more?
Is there a ceiling at all? And they're like, no.
So what is it? What is the maximum number of students that you can have in your class?
There is none.
But you just said you're capping out.
Yes, at 17, but after 17, they have to pay so many dollars per day per student.
To you or to
me? To me.
Oh, okay.
It's like $15 a day
Per student.
per student, in excess of 15, or I'm sorry, I misspoke, 17. But that doesn't kick in until they've been in my class in an excess of 30 days.
Dude.
There's a trial period, and then
I'd be fucking with you. If I was the administrator, bro, I'd just be like, he's getting 26 students. Just pay the extra fucking $200 a day. Yeah.
times 185 days?
I guess you could see it as being significant, but $15 a student for the kind of stuff that you do seems like you'd be pulling your hair out.
That comes out to $37,000.
Okay.
I'm not against that.
Dude, you're such a fucking savage, bro. You're an absolute savage. I
Do it. I dare you. Do it.
I accepted.
They're going to have to build me a wing of this high school. I will need more space.
The Psych Conversation Podcast wing.
The fire marshal won't allow that many people in my room.
Oh,
But that compensation is acceptable.
okay. So, next season on the Conversation Podcast, Psych's whole life will be represented by...
We've almost been at this a year.
Yes, almost. I wanted to get... these 4 blocks, or this 4-episode block that we're recording right now is going to bring us 1 episode shy of 50 episodes. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, Mom. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Mommy dearest.
Yeah. And that brings us to our final topic for today.
Will I like it?
Yes.
Of course.
This is easy. This is low-hanging fruit.
Light work.
The economy is in trouble. Apparently not when it comes to Mother's Day.
Oh.
And you can rearrange these episodes as you see fit if you
Sure.
want to, because
I don't. I just attack it.
I do one after the other, yeah.
I noticed.
Yeah. But I just thought I really wanted to do the first thing that I did first because of...
Actually, I might. Yeah, Mother's Day. I guess maybe I will.
I mean, I specifically wanted... so I can use it throughout the day.
Are we watching Perry Mason?
Yes. Later.